Listen to me. Discipline is not a feeling, it's a decision. Everybody wants the result, but nobody wants the routine. You say you want success, but your alarm goes off at 5 a.m. and you hit snooze like success is gonna wait for you. It won't. The difference between average and elite isn't talent, it's discipline. Let me tell you something. Discipline is that voice inside you that says, I don't feel like it, but I'm gonna do it anyway. That's the difference maker. That's what separates the talkers from the doers, the dreamers from the achievers. You see, success don't start when you clock in. It starts the moment you open your eyes. Your morning routine sets the tone for your life. If your mornings are lazy, your life will be lazy. But if your mornings are structured, focused, and full of intent, your life will reflect that power. So today, I need you to lock in because I'm about to give you 6 keys that'll change how you wake up, how you move, and how you win. Stay with me to the end because if you apply this, your mornings will no longer control you, you'll control them. Listen to me carefully. The moment your alarm clock goes off, that's not just a sound, that's a battle cry. That's life testing you before the sun even rises. And every morning, you have 2 choices. You can rise and conquer, or you can roll over and surrender. Too many people lose their day before it even begins, not because they aren't talented, not because they aren't smart, but because they keep losing that first fight, the fight against the bed, the blanket, the comfort zone. When that alarm rings, it's your opportunity to prove something to yourself. You might not have control over your boss, your job, or your circumstances, but you do have control over your morning. That alarm is a mirror reflecting your mindset. Every time you hit snooze, you're telling the world, my comfort is more important than my calling. You're saying, I'll do it later. But success doesn't wait for later. Discipline doesn't live in the land of maybe tomorrow. Let me tell you about a brother named Marcus. Marcus came to me years ago, frustrated. E.T., I can't wake up early, man. I'm not built like that. I'm just not a morning person. I looked him dead in the eyes and said, no, Marcus, you're not a morning winner. You keep losing to your bed. I told him, put your alarm across the room. Force yourself to move. You can't grow if you stay in the same position. Day 1, he called me mad, said, E.T., this ain't it, I'm tired. Day 3, he was still fighting it. But by day 30, something changed. He called me at 4:30 a.m. before his alarm, saying, E.T., I'm up, let's go. That's the power of discipline. He didn't become a morning person, he became a purpose person. See, when you win that first battle, everything else falls in line. Your energy shifts, your focus sharpens. You start your day on offense instead of defense. When you get up early and attack your morning, you send a message to your subconscious that you're in charge. That mindset carries through the entire day. You're no longer reacting to life, you're creating it. Let's keep it real. It's not easy. There'll be mornings when you're tired, when your body aches, when your mind says, stay in bed, you deserve rest. But listen, you don't deserve rest until you've earned results. You don't get to feel good about discipline. You get to become good through discipline. Winning the alarm clock battle isn't about the time, it's about the standard. You set a tone that says, I control my habits. My habits don't control me. Every time you get up when it's hard, you're telling life, you won't break me. And if you can win that first 5 minutes of the day, you can win the next hour, the next goal, the next dream. So tomorrow morning, when that alarm goes off, don't think, don't negotiate, don't reason, just move. Get up like your life depends on it, because it does. The first victory of the day belongs to the one who's disciplined enough to rise when everyone else is still sleeping. Win that, and you'll start winning everything else. Listen to me, success is not magic. It's mechanics. It's not built on random bursts of motivation. It's built on consistent daily actions that compound over time. People keep asking me, E.T., what's the secret? I tell them straight, there is no secret. The winners just do the same small things every single day with discipline, while everyone else does them sometimes. Your routine is the invisible architecture of your destiny. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. That's why champions look boring to the world, because greatness looks repetitive. The world sees repetition. Champions see refinement. Every morning, every ritual, every consistent act is a brick in the foundation of success. Let me tell you about Kobe Bryant, one of the most disciplined athletes to ever live. Kobe wasn't just talented. He was obsessed with routine. He woke up at 4 a.m. Same workout, same schedule, same commitment, day after day, year after year. He once said, while they're sleeping, I'm working. And that's not arrogance, that's awareness. He knew that routine separates the good from the great. You see, most people want variety more than victory. They get bored easily. They say, I need something new. No, you need something consistent. Success doesn't require you to reinvent the wheel. It requires you to keep rolling it every single day. Your discipline and routine is what transforms your potential into power. I remember a young man I mentored, Jamal. He was talented, ambitious, full of ideas, but he had no routine. He worked hard one day, then disappeared for 3. His progress was always starting and stopping. I told him, Jamal, consistency beats intensity every time. He didn't get it at first, but when he finally committed to a morning routine, prayer, workout, planning, grind, everything changed. His life went from chaos to clarity. In 1 year, he tripled his business. Not because he got smarter, but because he got structured. That's what I need you to understand. Routine creates rhythm, and rhythm creates results. The human mind and body thrive on structure. When you wake up, eat, work, and rest with consistency, you train your brain to perform on command. You stop depending on motivation and start operating from mastery. Discipline turns your actions into automation, and automation creates acceleration. Now, I'm not saying your routine has to look like mine or Kobe's. You don't have to wake up at 4 a.m. if your purpose starts at 6. What matters is not the time, it's the commitment. It's the non-negotiables that you follow, no matter what. Because the moment your routine becomes optional, your dream becomes vulnerable. If you want to change your life, stop chasing moments and start building systems. You can't control the outcome, but you can control your inputs, your daily actions. You can't control the weather, but you can control how you prepare for it. Routine is not restriction, it's freedom. It frees you from chaos, confusion, and wasted time. It gives you momentum. When your habits align with your vision, your routine becomes your greatest ally. So from today forward, I want you to build your routine like it's sacred. Wake up with intention, move with consistency, protect your schedule like your dream depends on it, because it does. Every repetition, every ritual, every consistent act is proof that you're serious about your future. Routine creates results. And when you master your daily habits, you stop chasing success. Success starts chasing you. Let me tell you something. Focus is the new currency. You can be talented, gifted, motivated, but if you're distracted, you're broken discipline. Every morning you wake up, the world is fighting for your attention. Notifications, text, news, gossip, social media. And the truth is, most people lose their focus before they even get out of bed. Listen, your morning is sacred. That first hour sets the tone for your entire day. The way you start determines how you finish. You can't pour energy into your goals when your attention is scattered across 10 different screens. You can't feed your purpose when you're feeding on everybody else's opinions. That's why I always say you can't win the day if you lose your focus in the first 5 minutes. I remember mentoring a young entrepreneur named Sarah, brilliant woman, big dreams, but she was stuck. I asked her, walk me through your morning. She said, well, E.T., I wake up, grab my phone, check my messages, scroll for a bit. I stopped her right there. I said, Sarah, you're starting your day with everybody else's priorities. You're giving your energy to the world before you've even given it to yourself. So I challenged her for 30 days. No phone, no social media, no emails for the first hour after waking up. Instead, she had to pray, stretch, read, and write down her goals. The first week was hard. She said, E.T., I feel disconnected. I said, good. You're disconnecting from the noise and reconnecting with yourself. By week 4, she told me, E.T., I've never felt this focused in my life. Her business started growing, her stress dropped, and her creativity exploded. Why? Because she eliminated the distractions that were draining her drive. You gotta understand this. Every distraction has a cost. Every scroll steals your strength. Every notification taxes your time. Every pointless conversation delays your destiny. You can't afford to give your best energy to things that don't matter. That's why I protect my mornings like my life depends on it, because it does. When I wake up, I don't check my phone. I check my purpose. I don't scroll through chaos. I scroll through my vision. I don't respond to people. I respond to my calling. You got to learn how to guard your energy before the world gets access to it. Some of you are losing momentum, not because you're lazy, but because you're distracted. You're feeding your mind junk, and then you wonder why your focus feels weak. You can't fill your morning with noise and expect clarity to come out of it. Here's the truth. Discipline isn't just about doing what you need to do. It's also about cutting out what you don't need. Every great achiever has mastered the art of subtraction. They remove the unnecessary to make room for what truly matters. So tomorrow morning, before you touch that phone, touch your goals. Before you react to the world, reflect on your mission. Give yourself the gift of silence, of stillness, of space to think. Because when you eliminate distractions early, you elevate your direction daily. Protect your focus like it's gold, because it is. Your dream deserves your full attention, not what's left after the world has taken its share. Start your mornings in peace, and you'll start your days in power. Let me be real with you, 100% is average now. Everybody says they're giving everything they got, but if you look closely, most people's everything ends the moment they feel tired. The 120% rule means this: when you've reached your limit, when your body says I'm done, and your mind says I can't, that's the moment you push a little further. That extra 20%, that's where your greatness lives. That's the space that separates talkers from transformers. See, discipline doesn't live at the starting line. It lives at the breaking point. Everybody can show up when it's convenient, but the 120% mindset means showing up when it's hard, when it's uncomfortable, when nobody's watching and the applause is gone. That's where champions are built. Let me tell you a story about Tasha, a young woman who had 2 jobs, a baby, and a dream to start her own business. She came to me one day, tears in her eyes, saying, "E.T., I'm exhausted. I don't have time." I looked at her and said, "You don't have time because you're waiting for the world to make it easy. You've got to create your time." So she started waking up at 4 a.m., 2 hours before her shift, working on her business plan every single morning. She'd write, she'd research, she'd build. No excuses, no complaints. After 6 months, she launched her first online store. A year later, she quit her job. I said, "Tasha, how'd you do it?" She said, "E.T., I stopped giving 100%. I started giving 120%. See, that's what separates winners from the rest. They go beyond what's required. When you give 120%, you don't just change your circumstances, you change yourself. You start building mental muscle, emotional stamina, spiritual strength. You become unstoppable because you've learned to push through pain, not run from it. Most people stop at good enough. They say, "I did my best." No, you did your comfortable best. The 120% life says, "I'll keep going when others stop. I'll stay up an extra hour. I'll practice one more time. I'll study one more page." Because greatness demands extra. You can't want extraordinary results with an ordinary effort. You can't expect to live like a lion if you grind like a lamb. The 120% mindset says, "I'll give my all, and then I'll give more." When I was in college, homeless and sleeping in abandoned buildings, I still went to class. I still studied. I still worked on my craft. People said, "E.T., how you smiling through that?" I told them, because I'm not doing this for the now. I'm doing it for the next. That's 120%. You push through pain because your purpose deserves more than your excuses. Let me tell you something. Life rewards those who refuse to quit at enough. You might be tired, you might be broke, you might be hurting, but if you've got 1 ounce of strength left, use it. Because every drop of effort adds up. Every push beyond comfort becomes progress. So from today on, stop settling for the minimum. Don't aim to just finish. Aim to dominate. Give it 120% in your work, your relationships, your dreams, your mornings, your life. Because when you give more than what's expected, life gives you more than what you imagine. 120%. That sifts the code. That sifts the standard. That sifts the difference between I tried and I conquered. Now look in the mirror and tell yourself, from this day forward, I'm done with average. Go the extra mile, because the extra mile is never crowded. Let me break this down for you. Confidence doesn't come from compliments. It comes from consistency. You don't build real confidence by people clapping for you. You build it by keeping the promises you make to yourself when nobody's around. That's why discipline is the foundation of confidence. Every time you do what you said you do, even when you don't feel like it, you're telling yourself, "I can trust me." You see, most people don't have confidence issues. They have discipline issues. You can't feel powerful when your actions don't match your words. You can't believe in yourself when you keep breaking promises to yourself. Every time you say, I'll start tomorrow, and don't, your self-respect takes a hit. Every time you skip your plan, your mind starts to doubt your strength. But when you show up day after day doing what you said you do, something changes inside you. You start walking different, talking different, moving with purpose. That's earned confidence. I remember talking to a soldier who came home after his first deployment. He told me, E.T., I'm not afraid of the enemy. I'm afraid of my own weakness. I said, what do you mean? He said, in training, we were pushed beyond exhaustion. But that's when I realized my body wanted to quit, but my mind could keep going. Once I learned to obey discipline instead of feelings, my confidence exploded. That hit me hard because that's exactly how life works. Discipline teaches you that you're stronger than your emotions. It reminds you that you're capable of more than you think. Every time you push through the urge to quit, you stack a brick of confidence on your foundation. Eventually, that foundation becomes unshakable. Let's be real. Most people want confidence instantly. They want to feel powerful before putting in the work. But it doesn't work like that. Confidence is a byproduct of discipline. You don't get it, you earn it. You earn it by showing up early, by keeping your word, by finishing what you start, by doing the hard stuff consistently until it becomes second nature. When I was young, I used to doubt myself all the time. I wasn't the smartest, I wasn't the most talented, but I made a decision I would out-discipline everyone. While others slept, I studied. While others complained, I worked, and every time I followed through, my confidence grew. Not because I was perfect, but because I was committed. That's just what I want you to understand. Discipline feeds the belief that you are capable, and that belief becomes a force. It silences fear. It replaces hesitation with hunger. It turns I hope into I will. You don't need more motivation. You need more follow-through. Because when you consistently do what you said you do, your brain starts to trust your word again. And when your mind trusts you, it stops doubting your power. So from this day forward, stop waiting to feel confident. Start acting disciplined. Because action produces evidence, and evidence produces belief. You don't become confident by wishing, you become confident by working. Remember this, discipline is the root. You can't harvest greatness if you don't first plant consistency. So keep your word, do the work, and watch your confidence grow into something unshakable. Listen to me, pain is not your enemy. Pain is a teacher. It's the most honest, raw, and effective instructor you'll ever meet. But here's the truth. Pain by itself doesn't make you stronger. Discipline does. Because discipline is what teaches you how to take pain, process it, and turn it into progress. Everybody feels pain. The difference is that disciplined people use it while others run from it. You see, most people think success is about motivation. No, motivation gets you started. But when life hits you, and it will hit you, only discipline keeps you standing. When you lose someone, when your plan falls apart, when doors close in your face, motivation disappears. But discipline whispers, get up, keep moving. You're not done yet. That's what separates survivors from quitters. Discipline in the middle of discomfort. Let me tell you a story. Years ago, I met a young man named Devin. He was a boxer, talented, fast, hungry. But in his third match, he broke his right hand. The doctor told him, you're done for 6 months. Most fighters would have quit training. But Devin, he said, E.T., I can still run. I can still train my left. I can still visualize the fight. For 6 months, that man ran, shadowboxed, and watched film every single day with one hand. When he came back, he didn't just win his next fight. He dominated it. I asked him, how'd you stay so focused through all that pain? He said, E.T., the pain didn't break me. It built me. It showed me what I was made of. That right there is discipline. Pain reveals who you are. Discipline decides who you'll become. When I was homeless, sleeping in abandoned buildings, there were nights when I was cold, hungry, and hopeless. I wanted to quit, but every morning, discipline said, you've got a purpose bigger than your pain. So I got up, I studied, I worked. I spoke life into myself, even when I didn't feel it. And I'll never forget that pain became fuel. It became the fire that made me unstoppable. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't avoid pain, but you can assign purpose to it. Discipline gives pain direction. Instead of letting it destroy you, discipline says, I'm going to use this. I'm going to grow from this. Every rep you push through, every setback you rise from, every tear you turn into fuel, that's power. The truth is, pain will either define you or refine you. If you let your feelings run the show, pain will paralyze you. But if you let discipline lead, pain will energize you. You still start to see struggle as preparation. You still stop asking, why me? And start saying, try me. So the next time you feel pain, physical, emotional, financial, spiritual, don't tap out. Tap in. Tap into your discipline. Remind yourself that pain is temporary, but quitting is permanent. The discomfort you feel today is the strength you'll stand on tomorrow. Your pain is the pathway to your power, but only discipline can walk you through it. So don't curse your struggle. Thank it. It's building a version of you that success requires. Remember this, discipline turns pain into power, pressure into purpose, and struggle into strength. So keep going, keep grinding, keep believing, because your pain isn't punishment, it's preparation. Every morning you wake up is another chance to rewrite your story. Stop saying someday, make this day that day. You don't need motivation every morning, you need discipline. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going when the feeling fades. So from this moment on, I want you to wake up with purpose, move with passion, stick to your routine like your life depends on it, because it does. Say it with me. I don't need easy. I need discipline. I don't need luck. I need consistency. I was Sunday someday, I need today. Now go out there and give it 120%. Let's go get it.